Hey guys, this is Yugitopia, and in this video I want to talk about ideas behind different builds of Infernity decks. Now the main two, probably if you go by Infernities, is a Beetle build and an Avenger build. Now I've talked plenty about my Avenger build, and so in this video I'm going to be talking about, first I'm going to be talking about the Beetle build, and I'm going to talk about other kinds of builds and what people try to do with those kinds of builds. So first off, the Beetle build. Now, the idea behind this is that you can, what I like to call, and my friends call, we call it level jumping. It's where, say you have a level 4 out in the field, say this is a level 4, and you summon your Beetle, have no cards in your hand, tribute your Beetle to bring out 2 more, and you can see what I mean now by level bumping, where your 2 and your 4 to make a 6, and your 6 and your 2 to make an 8, where I know you really can't summon that with these, but it's just the idea behind it. Maybe this is an Infernity Doom Dragon. Maybe it's some other level 8, but that's just one of the things that the Beetle build can do. The reason the Beetle build used to be better is because you can go into Trishula and you can loop Trishula, but with the banning of Bryanak, and you could also bring up Bryanak, but with the banning of Bryanak, the loop is now impossible, and now the Beetle build has declined in popularity, and so now it's all about the Avenger build, just because of the versatility that Avenger lets you have. Sometimes I've seen Avenger builds run only one Beetle, so that it can have access to those level 6s, and have better access to the 9s. In the Avenger build, the way we get level 9s is we go from 2 level 4s with our Avenger, and we synchro and go that way. And it doesn't happen very often because we never really need it to happen very often. But with the Beetle build, it happens more often, and it happens in times where you don't even need it. Another thing I've seen in Beetle builds, this is not every Beetle build. This is a specific kind of Beetle build. This isn't every Beetle build, just to say that again. But to bring out Red Nova Dragon, some people try to do that by going through your Beetles and using your Beetles to level bump from your 6 to your 8, and then from then use either an Infernity Mirage or an Infernity Launcher to get out 2 Beetles, and you single your 8, or Red Nova Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, which would be your level 8. You single these 2 with your Red Dragon Archfiend and go into Red Nova Dragon, which is really hard for your opponent to get over. It's an overall really good card, but that's only some Beetle builds, and I wouldn't recommend that. Just because of the idea behind it is just really hard to get out, and it isn't going to happen. It offers less versatility, and versatility is key in every Yu-Gi-Oh deck. That's what I'm gonna talk about for the Beetle build. Now I'm going to go over a few cards that are run in other Infernity decks. First one is going to be Mystic Tomato. Mystic Tomato is sometimes used to either bring out Mirage, Necromancer, Avenger, or a Infernity Guardian. Well, again, that isn't really a bad play, but the reason I don't run this is because it's dependent on being attacked into, and now that the meta's kind of you can have cards like this, I was thinking about trying to test one out, but I've learned my lesson from testing cards out, from putting that damn Zero Max in my deck, which I am going to take out, by the way. Probably put in a Heavy Storm. If you haven't seen the deck profile, go check it out. It's pretty good in my opinion. Next card is Summoner Monk. People base entire decks around this. The idea behind it is that summon Summoner Monk, switch to defense, set everything besides one spell or trap card, pitch your spell, spell card, pitch your spell card, special summon Archfiend, add a monster to, or add a Infernity card to your hand, either overlay or do whatever you gotta do. once of Lava Vol Chain comes out, I am probably going to test Summoner Monk build. Just for that idea, because if you summon your Summoner Monk, switches itself to defense, pitch your spell card, special summon your Infernity Archfiend, use Archfiend to add launcher, activate your launcher, overlay into Lava Vol Chain, use its effect to detach and send an Infernity card or Infernity monster from your deck to your graveyard. Probably a I don't know, either a Necromancer or an Avenger or any of those cards. And then that launcher that you added to your hand, activate it, special summon those two, go from there. But yeah, and you probably saw that is Sangan. That's the next one I'm going to talk about. I haven't seen this as much as I have seen Mystic Tomato and Summoner Monk, but I have seen it. In my opinion, it is bad, but it works for other people. I mean, when I started using Infernities, the first tournament that I went to, I tried, I wasn't staging a Sergeant, it wasn't staging a Street Patrol, but it was that level 1. And I was using it, I had 3 Mirages in the deck, and I was using it to make the opponent destroy it by battle and special summon one of my Mirages. Never really got its effect off that much, but it worked for me. But Sangan, this is what I'm talking about, you use it with Tour Guide pretty much, like in every deck you run Tour Guide. Just bring it out, place it in defense, and what that's done is it's gotten you a +1 with Tour Guide and Sangan. And if you leave it there, eventually, since you've +1, if they attack into your Tour Guide, you still haven't gone minus, because right now you're at neutral. And if they attack into the Sangan, and you add a card to your hand, say a Mirage, you still haven't gone minus, and you've probably already had a turn go by. And so from the turn that you had since you special summon this, you've netted a +1. And so you can bring out other cards that are +1 and just go from there. Improvise from that. Those are the cards I wanted to talk about in this video, just because I don't have a lot of time. I still haven't figured out how to put more than 10 minutes onto YouTube. But I want to note that although in many people's opinion the Avenger build is better than the Beetle build, I recommend trying out the Beetle build. It's the first kind of Infernity deck that I ran, and it's a really fun deck to play with. And people are always worried about the Beetle clogging your hand, like say drawing 2 Beetles, and honestly it's not really that bad. It doesn't happen as often as you would think it does because you're running 2 Beetles, but I mean it does happen. Just like Mirage, it does clog in your hand sometimes if you're running 2 or 3. During that first tournament, the first time I was playing Infernities actually, I went up against this 10-year-old playing Blackwings. And I was devastated because there was 2 times in a row I had opened up. The first time was double Mirage, and the second time was triple Mirage. And he actually wound up beating me, and I got harassed from my friends by a week because I got beat by a 10-year-old running Blackwings. So yeah, that's the video. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. The next video I want to talk about is going to be bluffing. Especially with the Infernity deck and the advantages of having no hand to move around with. So if you like this Infernity series, if you guys want something different than Infernity, I could do that. I could talk about different decks. The only really totally complete deck that I have that's above tier 1.5 would be Dark Worlds. I can talk about those. I know they're really dirty deck, but I mean I haven't really invested in any other decks besides Infernities, and I still don't even have barriers. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Tell me what you would like me to do that I can do to make this better, a better channel for everybody. And I'll try to get to you guys' comments. I mean, I know it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 people, but I'll probably get to all you guys' comments. I know I PM'd another person who commented on my last video. So, yeah, ghetto contraption broke. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.